We're going to get to the enemies of the Tush Push, and there's quite a few of those. And we're going to rank those. But we need to give a shout-out to our friends right now, because we have a group of friends, teams that voted with the Philadelphia Eagles. So there's 9 teams yesterday that voted to keep the Tush Push, right? The Eagles were obviously the 10. 22 voted against us, 9 with us. Here are those 9 teams, official friends of the Tush Push. The Baltimore Ravens, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Miami Dolphins, the New England Patriots, the New York Jets, the New Orleans Saints, the Detroit Lions, the Tennessee Titans, and the Cleveland Browns, led by football guys and people that actually understand. You stopped the game, Hugh. You changed the game on the field, not off the field. Can we actually hear from Ray Didinger? Hugh referenced this cut a couple times already, but Ray talking about how, hey, true football guys, they didn't like the way this was going down.
I think there were a couple of kind of hard-nosed, old-school football guys, coaches now, that just didn't like the idea of litigating stuff out of the game. And I'm talking about Dan Campbell and Mike Vrabel. Were 2 coaches who, when the trend was all seeming to move towards getting rid of the Tush Push, Vrabel and Dan Campbell both said, no, that's the way you settle things in football is you settle them on the field. You don't settle them in a boardroom. And you don't settle them with politicking and lobbying and all that kind of stuff. This is football. This isn't passing a bill on Capitol Hill.
Here, you referenced it a couple times, and I think Ray's right, that it probably resonated with the Vrabels and the Campbells of the world. Like, this isn't right.
Yeah, because, again, every time I think about this play, I think about my coach, Tommy Brady, rest in peace. And he used to say, it's a man whoop a man. Mm-hmm. Football, we've gotten to the point where we've complicated football. We have. Beautiful game. We've complicated it. Because at the end of the day, Joe, it's how bad do I want to kick your ass? And a lot of times when you think about it, out of all the big plays that we see in football, out of all the big catches and all the other stuff, when you break it down and when you think about it like this, that Super Bowl game, that was an old-fashioned ass whipping.
Absolutely.
That's what it was. We were sitting there, and I remember saying, I don't know, because it's going to be a tough game. Patrick Mahomes is going to throw the ball all over the field. They went out there, and they took an old-fashioned ass whooping, so much so that I've talked to some people over there and say, hey, man, we got our asses kicked. Plain and simple.
Yep.
That's what that was. When you talk about big offensive linemen, big 300-pound men looking like they're on skates, that's what you saw on Sunday. Go back and look at it. You saw other guys. You saw our guys imposing their will on somebody else. And at the end of the day, that's how the game is played. Imposing my will. I want this more than you do. So if you want it more than me, then show me. Stop me.
Well, that's exactly right. Can we hear from Dan Campbell, who we've always known to be a true football guy? His Lions voted with the Eagles yesterday. Here's Campbell.
I'm like, hey, man, they like Philly obviously is known for this because, you know, they're the ones who've really kind of perfected it and done it and do it over and over. And I'm like, man, good for them, man. If you got something, we got to stop it. So, like, to me, leave it in. And, you know, we play them this year. We got to find a way to stop it. And I like that.
Well, you know what's interesting about him saying that? Most of the teams that voted against this yesterday play the Eagles this year.
Yeah.
It's ironic that all the teams that were worried about health and safety just so happen to be on the Eagles' schedule this year because they play. Most of the teams that voted the other way, the Eagles play this season. That they didn't want to play. I think are the Lions the only team the Eagles play that voted for them? I think they are. Of the teams I'm looking at, the Friends of the Eagles. I think the only team we play this season.
The Friends of the Eagles. I like that.
The Lions are a friend of the Eagles, at least in terms of this. All right, let's get to the enemies because there's way more of them. All right, Hugh, we need to make a list here of the enemies of the Tush Push.
Oh, what you mean? It's on site. When I see you, it's on site.
It's on site. I need the on site list. Oh, Goodell.
I like on site.
Goodell is clearly an enemy of the Tush Push.
Did he get paid yesterday? By a side note, did he get paid?
I didn't see if it was like ratified or if. I think they discussed it, so maybe we get some news soon. But he's got to get paid and be the commissioner for a while. All right, so Goodell clearly an enemy of the Tush Push. Packers an enemy? Or are we taking the Packers off the hook, or we still hate them?
On site.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they can get it.
Okay, Packers a clear enemy of the Tush Push. You know who else?
Even though they were a patsy.
Well, yeah, they were. And
well, that's even worse. If you want to be a patsy.
Sure. But, I mean, they don't have like an owner that we can target. But Matt LaFleur can get it.
Sure, LaFleur.
why not?
Yeah, Mark
Yeah.
Murphy,
No,
LaFleur.
don't say it like that. That not that way.
Wasn't the right way
He
to
can
say
get
it.
it. Like he can get it. No, not like that.
No, I get
That's
where
okay.
you're coming from.
I got you, bro.
It's a fluid conversation. All
I
right?
would have rode him until he told me no.
You set yourself up for that.
No, I'm saying I'm helping Kyle out. He was like, you say that about other people.
Okay.
Guilty.
Yep. I got another enemy. Josh Harris, who was an enemy anyway. Clearly an enemy. Commanders voted against the Eagles. What do we do with the two people that were supposed to be allies but turned out to be enemies? You hear about these turncoats, you?
Talking about not Carolina, but Arizona
Arizona
and Indianapolis on site.
Gannon and Steichen. Total enemies.
Ooh, almost had a moment where I was like, dude, I made you. Like, cuz, I put you on. You know what I mean? And you go, this how you do me?
Well, do you remember the quote from the owners' meetings in March? So
What?
Sirianni told Mike Garafolo about the vote then. And obviously, they took a while to do the vote. But he, quote, we'll see how it goes. All I will say about it is Gannon, Steichen, and Moore better vote for it. They are in a head coach position right now because of that play. So all three, I better have those three
Well, he had
votes.
more. He had more, right?
He had more.
He had
Kellen
more.
Moore's a friend.
Yeah, he's a friend.
But
The other two,
yeah.
like the other two, I'm on the phone calling them, and I'm starting out with some cuss words.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that knows me probably know the couple cuss words that I'm gonna start out with,
Okay.
and be like, for real, like seriously, dude, like the reason why you have the job that you have now is because of the position that we put you in, the Tush Push put you in.
You know, I'm not surprised about Gannon. This is Gannon, right? This fits Gannon. A little surprised about Steichen. I feel like Shane Steichen was a total turncoat in this.
He needs to be a grown up, Hugh. Be grown up. I'm never mind. I think
You forget where you are?
No, I was about to say he needs to be punched in the face. Like seriously.
Steichen?
Yeah. And Gannon.
Okay.
Punched in the face. Pow!
All right.
On
so,
site.
So
Pow!
the enemies we have so far, Goodell, Mark Murphy. We've got Steichen. We've got Gannon. Sean McDermott's a clear enemy. I mean, he was one of the most outspoken ones.
Todd Bowles, fraud.
Oh. And you thought, Hugh, that Todd Bowles was on our side. What happened?
I have a theory in all this.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
No, seriously. I think Todd initially was with us, but he's on shaky ground a little bit.
Oh, you
Like
think
he got like Todd, like technically, let's just call it what it is. He wasn't hired. He was grandfathered in.
he was elevated because
he was grandfathered in. So I think Todd and the numbers, you know what I mean? Todd's in a situation where he might be up for a contract. And, you know, the numbers they're not in his favor as far as the success or whatever he's had as a head coach. I mean, he's a good coach, but the numbers aren't in his favor in this situation. So I think that somebody higher up than him told him, hey man, you know, you probably need to change your stance on this.
Well, that might have happened. So you don't want to make him an enemy?
Well, he's
he's an enemy.
This list goes.
Well, I
this
mean-
is in stone.
Decided.
This is in stone. This list.
I mean, he's in a bad spot, but you know, you didn't stand on business. So if we making him an enemy, then I'm with it.
So we can get it.
He can't get it, but you know, he can get these hands.
You almost slipped up.
So getting it and getting the hands are different.
He can get these hands. He can catch these hands.
All right, Todd Bowles is officially an enemy of the Tush Push. Can we hear from Shane Steichen? Let's hear Steichen because he's a complete Benedict Arnold in all this.
What do you think of the proposal to outlaw the play?
Yeah, I think it should stay in football. That's just my opinion.
See what Nick had to say about you.
Oh, yeah, he let me know.
Yeah.
He let me know.
I'm disappointed in Steichen. That's turncoat behavior. That's Benedict Arnold Douglas right there. I mean, that's going.
Well, he's probably in a situation too where somebody above him say, "Hey, you know, this is not what we do."
Unfortunately, there was bad news yesterday in the NFL. Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, passed away yesterday.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, after the vote. I mean, I have no idea if he was even there or how that whole thing
Yeah,
went.
because that for me, you know, I get stuck on the weirdest details. I was like, man, did that happen at the meeting?
Yeah.
Was he still there or was he coming on? Like it was just weird timing, you know, and unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
Are we missing anyone? Here's who I've written down as the official enemies of the Tush Push. I
On
have
site.
Roger Goodell, Mark Murphy, Josh Harris, Todd Bowles, Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, Sean McDermott. Are we missing any? You want McVay on that list?
Yeah.
McVay's an enemy.
Oh, every NFC East team.
That's right. Well, that was to be
That's a layup.
expected. That was to be expected. And they're enemies anyway. So John Mara
I'm surprised
and Jerry
I'm
Jones.
surprised at Dan Quinn though, but again, he's probably not in a position of power.
Well,
as
Josh Harris is the enemy.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Tom Brady's majority owner of the Raiders, or maybe in part?
I thought a minority owner.
Okay.
Right, because it's still, what's his name? Mark Davis with his haircut.
He should be a football guy. And he was the TB12 QB sneak guy.
He was.
And he deflate gate, and he cheated. Well, some people say.
Look, the Raiders are on our schedule. We may as well just throw him in there.
Well, and they have Chip Kelly.
On site.
All right. Tom Brady.
But it's on site with the Raiders anyway because of Chip.
Hold on. What was Ben Johnson high roading the...
Well, he kind of...
no, not explosive player. Like explosive... Shut up.
Well, that's how he talks.
What a loser.
No, he
With
talked...
a thick tongue.
I already decided Ben Johnson thinks he's smarter than everyone. He's going to fail as a head coach. Because he's like, it's a 1 yard play. What do I care?
Yep. So Ben Johnson can get it, too.
All right. Ben Johnson. They're all getting it. We got a full list of enemies.
Get these hands.
Yep, get something. All right, 215-592-9494. The full list of our enemies of the Tush